Okay, in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to update VINs when one of the salespeople contact the office in order to upload, very similar to what we did in JotForm. In JotForm, we entered all the VINs underneath one particular VIN form, and then you scroll to the corresponding location in order to upload the VIN. But in this case, I set it up so that the corresponding VINs are underneath the form that they belong in. So, for instance, rear entry has Dodge, Toyota, and will have the new rear Pacifica. The ambulance will be all your Pioneer 2 and your Elites, and the Ram ProMaster will have any 3,500 or 2,500 units that are being utilized for mobility, for limo, or for CUV. And then your Ford Transit one obviously will only be the Ford Transit units that we're utilizing for mobility, CUV, or limo. So let's just do an example. We'll go underneath the ambulance form. We'll click edit, and it will bring us into the edit form. Now, what you will do is you will scroll down, and there it's broken up by sections. So here's the chassis VIN details, okay? And then you have a section for chassis, which you will not touch or change. You will focus on the FR conversion VINs. And underneath the VINs, you have two different options. You have 2,500 premium VINs and 2,500 premium plus VINs. And then you also have a 3,500 extended VIN, okay? This first one that says 2,500 or 2,500 VIN options is the master list that shows you these three. So you're not going to edit or change this one, because if I click on it, you'll see it's listing just those options, okay? But what you will change is the one that says 2,500 premium VIN, 2,500 premium plus VIN, or the 3,500 VINs, okay? So you'll click on that. Right now there's only one in here, but if you want to add multiple units in, you would just click the plus button and add however many you want in. And then you can cut and paste them in just like you're familiar with. So you can paste in the items. And the only thing that is important to know is if you paste something in, right now I don't even know what's in my paste, but I'll paste this in. So when I paste that in, it doesn't necessarily save it immediately. What you need to do is just put a backspace or a space in, and then it will add it in and save it. If you were to type it in, it would not be an issue. But when you cut and paste, it wants to make sure that it's pasting in the right information. So please make a mental note that when you do paste something in, always put a couple spaces in afterwards, and you can backspace it out to make sure that it accepts the change that you've put in. Then you will click this advanced button and assign the pertinent value to that vehicle. This is where you're going to add in the price. Please make sure you don't forget to do this, or they will be able to see the VIN, but it will not calculate properly. So when you click assign VINs, whether you have 2 here or 10 here, this is where you will type in your price. There's no need for you to put in dollar amounts or commas. All you do is put in 31,300. You would then select assign the value. And then before you finish, to make sure that it has accepted all your changes, make sure you hit the save button. Okay? So once it says saved, you know that the new record is in there. So if I were to go down to the 2,500 premium plus VINs and then go back, you will see that the new one that we added in here with my cut and paste is still there. And if I hit my assign value, you see the amount that we have added in. Okay? So let's say you want to remove a VIN or take it out. It's as simple as clicking this minus button. It will go away, and then click your save button. So that's how you update your VINs. It's very simple. You're only going to go under the FR conversion VINs column for the particular one that you're trying to do. Make sure you're putting it under the correct item. So this is a premium versus a premium plus or a 3,500. Cut and paste it in. You can overwrite old ones, obviously, if you make a mistake, or you can hit the plus button to add in more, hit the minus button to remove it, but make sure you always hit the save button. Okay? So before we exit out of this video, I want to go in and I'll show you the difference to do like a rear entry. So they work identical, but I want to be able to show you the difference between a Ford and, a Toyota and a Dodge, where this one only had one vehicle type. So let's go into rear entry to compare and contrast. You're going to click edit. Again, we'll scroll down to where we get to the VIN and the chassis side. Okay. So you'll scroll down to here. Here's your chassis, which you will not be just changing or adjusting. Your focus is going to be on the VIN side. So here's your VINs. We have Dodge Caravan VINs, and we have Toyota Sienna VINs. The difference that I've changed from JotForm to make it easier for you in the office is that you no longer have to put white under white and red under red and black under black or designating one to the other. You can just cut and paste them in here in any order or that you need to make your life easier. The reason why I did this is it was a lot of extra steps for us to do, and it's really not necessary since me as an individual, I'm not selecting red, blue, or green. I'm just going off the VIN that you've assigned me. So as long as I match up VIN 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter whether it's under drop down red, blue, or green, or 2019 or 2018. So you can plug them all in there into one drop down. So this will be a lot easier for you to update and keep track of. So again, there's Dodge Caravan VINs versus Toyota Sienna VINs. So if you select Dodge Caravan, right now there's only one in there, but I can add the plus button. Again, I'll just cut and paste my item into there. Make sure you use space and backspace to make sure it accepts your cut and paste. Go to your assign your values. Type in that it's 23,500. Save those assigned values, and then save that particular component. Again, if I go into Toyota Sienna and then bounce back to my Dodge, there's the new one that we've added in, and we know that it's accepted the record. So that's an overview of updating the VINs. It's slightly different from what you're familiar with the JotForm. In JotForm, you never had to hit save. It would automatically accept whatever you did, but sometimes it didn't always record it properly because it was based on the internet accessibility. This one, you do have to save, and it's good because it's forcing you to save and making sure that you're accepting the values before you move forward and you don't miss anything. And you no longer have to designate which drop-down you're putting them in for Dodges and Toyotas. You're just plugging them in there. And again, you can have 3 2019s that are red. You can have 3 2018s that are white. As long as they're all underneath the same drop-down, the salespeople will be able to pick the units that they need that correspond to the customer that they're selecting. If you have any questions, please reach out to me and let me know. For the first week or so, I will be helping you guys set it up. So if you guys get requests to add new VINs in, please forward those requests to me. I will add them in and do some follow-up videos. And then when you feel comfortable taking over that responsibility, I'll turn it back over to you.